Here's an episode you may have missed for build number 10. Episode number 11, grain filling the wood. Hey everybody, welcome back. What we did last episode was I glued in the neck here. It's all set. Glue that bad boy in. And what we're gonna do today, it's time to pour fill the grain with the grain filler. Gotta do the mahogany. Otherwise, if you go to try to clear coat it, it just falls down in there. So that's the importance of grain filling. What I'm gonna do here is all this grain, open grain you see in here, you probably catch with the camera pretty good. We're gonna fill it with this Timbermate wood filler. And the importance of this is so when it's time to clear coat, it doesn't fall down in there. So that usually I do it like 2 times. I'll go over it twice and it builds it to the top. So let's get started. What I'm doing here, I'm just gonna dig some of this out. And the nice thing about the Timbermate is you don't have to waste it. There's nothing wasted. When this stuff dries out, all you do is I dig a little out of there, put it back in the dish. I add a little water to it. I mix it up to about, say the consistency of mayonnaise. Just kind of a creamy mix. So then I can brush it on the guitar. Nice thing that I like about it is that it dries a lot quicker and you can move on with your project, you know. So what I'm doing, I'm just kind of chopping it up and getting it rejuvenated. I might have too much water in there, but we'll see what happens here. Takes a little bit to mix it up. We gotta squish it down. Crazy stuff though. I think it's non-toxic and it's just like totally safe and easy to work with. Kind of like pudding, you know. It's just consistency that you can brush it on. You don't want it too watery because then if there's too much water in it, it's going to take way too long to dry, in my opinion. The more I add to the water, the thicker it gets, a little bit thicker, and that's what I'm looking for. A little creamier consistency in it. And it just rinses off in warm water. It's great. It clean up as a breeze. Beautiful. It's really easy to work with. Doesn't stain anything. Just brush it directly on the wood and let it dry a little bit. What I'm gonna do is just kind of go across this way, go in this down and across. So we'll start doing this. Just brush it on and you go across. So what you're doing is you're working this stuff into the grain. You got to work it in real nice. You got to work it in. So the key is here to not get too far ahead of yourself when you're grain filling with this particular type of grain filler, being that it does dry quickly. You want to squeegee off sections and then move on from there, and then let the whole thing dry thoroughly and then sand it out. So I'm going to stop there. And also what I'm doing here, folks, is I'm filling in the fret slots with a little bit of this as well, you know. Just kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone while I'm doing this. And that'll be done. So let's sand. Let's see how this works out, huh? you just got to make sure that you get all that surface off. You don't want to see any grain filler residue on the surface. It's all down in the pores now where it belongs. And I'm going to wipe this, and you can see how pretty this turns out when it's, you know, the naphtha, how wet it is. It's really nice. Pretty. Looks real nice. That's genuine mahogany there. It's really not quite as apparent in the long grain, but it's in there. You know, it's just more apparent in the on the end grain. You can really see the filler, but it's in there. No worries. Yeah. Número 10. It's going to be a nice one. Okay. What I've done today here with number 10 is we filled all the pores with grain filler. The reason why, because when it's time to put the top coat on, your clear coat, you got to have all those pores filled in, otherwise the clear coat just wants to keep falling down into the grain, and then you're just throwing away money. So that's the best thing to do with mahoganies, walnuts, rosewoods, ash. The two woods that come off the top of my head that you don't need to grain fill is alder and maple, which this top is maple. You don't need to do that with that. The grain is very tight and closed. But mahogany is a very open, porous type wood, so that's why we had to do that today. Join me next time. We're going to dye the top and the head plate to match. We're gonna do a really trick scarlet red dye with a black. We're gonna start with a black dye, and then we'll finish it off with the scarlet red. It's gonna look beautiful, ladies and gentlemen. So join me next time, and thank you.